We see the ref startled. We see the ref can't understand. He can't see. He can't understand what he's seeing, y'all. He's like, listen, bro, how can he make these wounds with these gloves, man? What is this, man? That K brought in, man? Because this is insane, right? Because you, to Mr. Taker, he all the punches he's thrown, all the impact frames we've seen, there's been no impact to the bones or the eyes. So even though there's quite a bit of bleeding, Mr. Taker is still okay to keep going, right? And against, I mean, I won't say against the referee's like advisement, but you can tell that they got some stern look. They're like, man, like ain't none decisive yet, but you know we gotta we gotta look out for Mr. Taker because he's in danger, right? Mr. Taker, shell shock. Taker shell shock. He just got to respond like, yeah, of course I'm ready to fight. Yeah, of course I'm ready to fight. You know, I'm ready to do this. But we all see that he's not. But as we're all trying to get adjusted to what's going on, you see Mr. Taker, he's trying to like, you know, gauge up, trying to like analyze. You know, you trying to say like, hey, boxing is a structured sport with rules and all that stuff. And he don't care about none of that. See, you just want smoke. You is just damn near a killer. Like, he got no emotion in those fists. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Taker's finally seen that, because up until this point, you know, you hasn't done anything decisive yet. It's just scratches at this point, because K want this match to go on for a very, very, very long time. You know what I'm saying? So as we get on through the match, we see that Mr. Taker is still trying to advance, but there's nothing he could do to get past Yu's defenses or his offenses at this point, which is his defense. It's just incredible offense, which is insane. And as he keeps on pummeling him accurately, no matter what Mr. Taker does, whether he's dodging, whether he's cautious, whether he's trying to like do cheap shots, none of it matters, because Yu continues to pummel him and over and over and over again. And as the crowd sees this reality, blood splattering all over the place, they get this stark reality check that this is a monster. The succession that K brought is a monster, and we all have to just watch in horror. And then we see K on the side of the ring with this smile, with this smug little smile, because he knows exactly what he's doing, okay? And Mr. Taker, he is trying to hang in there, but blow after blow after blow after blow keeps landing, and there's nothing he can do about it. He's just thinking about all the violence, all the blood, how he's gonna die, and all the crowd is enamored by this act and this performance, calling you a devil, saying that K did it right this time, you know. And the excitement turned into ecstasy, and the ecstasy turned into a frenzied madness, and everyone's going ooh and ah and woo, and just enamored by the experience. And K, we get this demonic panel of K's like grin going ear to ear, happy about the destruction and blood and chaos he's causing. I mean, K really needed to be signed into a psych ward for real. But as we go on with this match, right, we see that Taker, I mean, he's pretty much given up mentally. This man, he knows he can't win. He knows there's nothing he can do, but he is still trying to stand his ground. And yet, Yu doesn't care about that. It doesn't care if he tries cheap shots. Yu doesn't care if he just sits there and defend, because it doesn't matter what he does at this point, because he will lose. That is the point that we're seeing, is that Mr. Taker, is in a hopeless situation, getting pummeled over and over and over again, and there's nothing he can do about it, because Yu is going to keep doing what he's going to do. The referee is not going to stop the match, because honestly, there's nothing to stop it over, because it just scratches. But the match was over as soon as the match started, and now the crowd was turning on Mr. Taker because he tried to do dirty tricks to get it over Yu, but at this point there is nothing that he can do, right? He lost the crowd's trust, he lost his own damn trust, and on top of all that, he's getting his ass beat. So it's honestly a tough time for Mr. Taker, and we're honestly gonna see what he's gonna do next. Not everyone is cut out to be in the limelight. And we truly see that in Taker's flashback, right? 4 wins, 7 losses. Pretty much an average guy, hard worker, right? Always wanted to be a boxer, very passionate. But then we see that the first real match that Mr. Taker takes on, right? It's against a very tough opponent, right? And his trainer let him know it's against Isaac Dresner, okay? It was a supreme athlete who dominated tournaments from his youth and ultimately went down on one of the most Olympic gold medals, okay? Good opponent for Taker. But then we see in his flashback that he's saying that he sacrificed everything for boxing and that he won't lose, and pretty much that this is all he has, and that he is happy for the match, and that you should not underestimate him, and the fact that the match isn't over until it's over. But then we see as the match starts, Mr. Taker, he's not having a smooth time, okay? But we see that his persistence gave head to another way of him fighting, right? It gave key to the whole foul play thing, because as he was getting, beaten in this fight, he tried to go for a punch and ended up actually hooking around the guy's head. And this actually caused him to get an unexpected knockout from that position. And ever since then, that's why he was known as the rookie killer, the foul player. But it wasn't always like this for Mr. Taker. He was used to, as a kid, to stealing and being stole from, or betraying others, or being betrayed himself, or attacking or being attacked himself. It was a dog-eat-dog world for him in the underworld. And honestly, that shaped his whole mentality of being strong and fighting his path in life, and completely, fully relying on boxing as his outlet. And on top of all of that, him coming to the realization, the understanding that this is all he has. All he has is boxing, and there's nothing else to his existence besides it. So when he come across an opponent in a ring that makes him, struggle or question himself, it's more than just a match to him. It's a whole existential crisis. But as we see Mr. Taker, we see the flashback of how he won his big fight, right? How he became the association's golden boy in foul fights and fixing fights. But we see that him reflecting on this, he accepted it. And then it was a stark contrast from his past to his present, with the audience now calling him a piece of shit, saying that justice is served, saying that they want him to die, saying that he deserves to lose this match. But we see that not everyone is cut out to live in the limelight.